Hey guys, this is Maya and you are on my channel Bookshot. If you are new on this channel, here I talk all about books, and if you are interested in books, make sure you stay tuned with Bookshot. I have been watching BookTube way before I started my own BookTube journey. In fact, I owe a lot to BookTube. So in this video, I will be sharing with you a few books that I read because of BookTube. The thing with BookTube is that sometimes multiple booktubers recommend the same book, so I can't really name the booktuber, or rather I don't really remember which booktuber recommended which book, but I did enjoy reading them. I had my own issues with some of these books, but it totally depends on your reading taste and how you look at certain things. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. The first book in my list is A Man Called Ove by Fredrik Backman. This is the story of Ove. Ove is an old man who is grumpy, rigid, and driven by rules. Deep inside, Ove is grieving for his dead wife Sonia, and he feels so lonely in his life that all he wants to do is end his life. So the book is all about Ove wanting to die in peace, and there are so many other characters who are not letting Ove die in peace. These people have no idea that he is trying to commit suicide. So that makes the book a little humorous and funny. But this book is not all about that. It is about the loneliness in old age. It's about love. It's about friendship. It's about your relationship with your neighborhood and all of such things. It's a very, very beautiful book to read. The only thing with this book is that it is very slow paced. I took a lot of time to finish this book, but at the end I felt like it was all worth it. So this book goes straight into my favorites list. The second book in my list is Art Matters by Neil Gaiman, another gem of a book. This was actually a TED talk given by Neil Gaiman, which was later published as a book. It has some eye-catchy illustrations by Chris Riddle. In this book, Neil Gaiman tells us the beauty of art, the importance of art, why you should create art and put it out in this world. He talks about his journey as a writer. He talks about the world of books, the impact stories can have on human minds, and so many such interesting things. This book is mainly meant for people who are in a creative path. It is not like this book has some extraordinary things that you never heard before, but if you hold this book in your hands at the right time, it can definitely have an extraordinary impact on you. Such is the beauty of this book. Do check it out if you get a chance. The next one is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I recently finished reading this book and the thoughts are still fresh in my mind. This is about Nora, who feels hopeless about her life and she tries to commit suicide. And then she happens to open her eyes in the Midnight Library. This is a place that falls somewhere between Nora's life and death. Here she gets a chance to live her unlived life, a life she could have lived if she had made a different choice at some point in her life. So this book is like a fantasy therapy when you feel like things are going wrong in your life because of your own decisions. I really liked the idea of this book and the message that it conveyed, but I wished the book ended sooner. It felt way too repetitive after some point. The next book I read because of BookTube is The Palace of Illusions by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, a book that I admire for its writing style. Chitra Banerjee's writing style is something to look up to. This book is basically a retelling of Mahabharata from Draupadi's perspective. One thing that put me off in this book is the relationship angle between Draupadi and Karna. She could have either avoided it, or let's accept that this is a fictional take and it's okay to have some extra shots. But after a certain point, this thing was quite cringe-worthy to read. But again, it depends on the reader. There are people who had no issues with this, so it totally depends on you how you take in things. I totally vouch for the writing style of Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. Looking forward to read her The Forest of Enchantments someday soon. The next book is Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. This book is like an advanced version of Neil Gaiman's Art Matters. That is how I look at it. I listened to the audiobook of Big Magic, which was narrated by Elizabeth Gilbert herself, and it was a wonderful experience listening to that audiobook. In this book, Elizabeth Gilbert shares her take on creativity. She tells us different stories from her life, from the lives of people she knew, and so many such things. If you are on a creative path, every single word that Elizabeth Gilbert says feels so relatable. She also talks about financial freedom and creative freedom. She tells us that it is okay to make mistakes when you are on a creative journey. She tells us to go with our gut feeling when it comes to creating something and not to take permission from somebody if you really want to create something. I am looking forward to get a physical copy of this book for myself. And then comes Liberation of Sita by Volga. This is a collection of 5 short stories where you will get to see Sita in conversation with 4 other female characters of Ramayana. One story is all about Ram. So this is a completely fictional take by Volga on certain issues. This book is known to be a feminist fiction. So here you will get to see the female characters of Ramayana like Shurpanaka, Urmila, Renuka, and Ahalya in conversation with Sita, giving her advices and life lessons. This book will give you a complete perspective shift. The way you look at these female characters will totally change after you finish reading this book. I recommend this book to everyone. And the last book in my list is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I picked up a thriller after so long, and I must say this is an absolute page turner. Once you start reading this book, you will not put it down before you know what just happened. So you will take a maximum of 2 days to finish this book. The story is so gripping, and this is a thriller in its real sense. So this story is about Alicia. Alicia is a famous painter of her times, and she lives with her husband Gabriel. Looks like everything is going great in their life until one day Alicia gets arrested for shooting Gabriel straight on his face for 5 times. And after that, Alicia goes silent. She don't even defend herself. She just goes silent and doesn't speak a word after that. And since Alicia had some past history of mental health issue, she is taken to a mental health institution. And Alicia is now in that mental health institution for over 6 years. And then comes a character named Theo, who is a psychotherapist. He is all on a mission to make Alicia speak. And this book is all about, will Alicia speak? Will she say what happened? Did she actually kill Gabriel? Or if she did, why she did that, and all of these things. You should definitely check out this book if you haven't read it before. So that's all for today's video, guys. Except The Silent Patient, for all other books I have talked in this video, I have a dedicated review video. If you would like to check them out, I will leave the links to all those videos in the description box below. Also, if you want to purchase any book mentioned in this video, I will leave my affiliate links in the description box below. Do check them out. If you purchase from those links, you don't have to pay anything extra, but I will get a small commission. So it will be of great help to me. So that's it. See you in my next video. Till then, take care, stay safe. Bye bye.